Hello viewers, this is attorney Naresh Gai with advocate Reena Manetia, and we are going to talk about fraud waivers.
That is 601.
601. Anytime you think about immigration fraud, think about the fraud waiver under 601, under Form 601, the USCIS, of the USCIS, and it falls under Section 212 of the INA. So fraud means you've done a fraudulent activity. What is a fraudulent activity? You used a false passport to come to America. You used a fake birth certificate, and people do all kinds of fraud. And you did some other kind of fraud in the country by faking your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, you lied about your age. Anything that entails the word lie means a fraud waiver. But the US government wants to grant the waiver so that there's hardship. And the hardship has to be to a spouse or to a parent. So first thing for the hardship waiver is you have to show hardship to a spouse or to a parent, not to a child. So who should think about the fraud waiver? Number one is, let's talk about people who are outside America. And right now you petitioned for your spouse and she's in India or she's in Pakistan or she's in the UK, she's in Bangladesh, she's in Belgium, she's in France. So now she did some kind of a fraud to come to America, which means that she was caught by immigration. And they said, listen, we don't like you very much because you told us that I'm going to go to America to kind of visit, but we heard that you're working in America, we're charging you with a fraud, we are sending you back. That's a fraud. So you are charged with a fraud, you're back in India or you're back in Belgium, but you finally found this great US citizen or a green card holder. He marries you, he applies for your papers. After that, the consulate is saying that you've committed a fraud. He might have found that you tried to cheat me, that you told me that you're going to America on a visit visa to go to Disney, but actually you came to America, you did not go to Disney, you went and you worked with, I just found that out. Fraud. So now, the good thing is that under immigration law, you're allowed to apply for a fraud waiver, provided you show hardship to your spouse or to your parents. Now your American spouse is worried, he wants you to be here. So the law on the point is that you have to show extreme hardship to your spouse or to your parents who are in America. You're lucky your father and your mother there. So that's triple hardship, that's good on your case, or green card holders or citizens. So now you're stuck before the consulate over here, you went for your interview, you're very sad because the consulate found out that you had committed a fraud. Now, what can you do with this? You will need a lawyer because having a fraud waiver is not easy. Make sure that you show tremendous hardship to your spouse or to your parents. And the great news is, if the waiver is granted, and the hardship has to be shown, not to you, the hardship has to be shown to your spouse or to your parents or green card holders or citizens. And if you prove extreme hardship, the waiver is granted and you can come to America. Now let's turn the table over here. You're already in America and you're married to this person. You went for the interview and the officer said, smart guy, are you trying to trick me? When you applied for your visa from Belgium, you said that you're married. But when you applied for the green card here, you're saying that you were never married. So you committed a fraud to get your visa, correct? Fraud waiver. So you're saying, I'm sorry, I was not married. I lied to get a visa to come to America. And you're here in America, married to a citizen. Now you went to the officer will ask you to apply for a fraud waiver. And once if that is approved, you can still qualify for a green card, provided you show extreme hardship to your spouse or to your parents who are either green card holders or US citizens. So we spoke about two scenarios: applying for a fraud waiver in the United States, applying for a fraud waiver when you are before the consulate. Both of them are possible. So it's a very powerful thing, but make sure you have very good documentation and you're able to justify extreme hardship, then only your case will be granted.
Thank you.